Right, time for another quick video. This time about the Meross Smart Wi-Fi Surge Protector plug. Meross make a number of different versions of these. This particular one is the Apple HomeKit compatible version, and it has 4 plug sockets plus these 4 USBs. The reason I've gone for it is that each of these 4 plug switches is independently controllable via HomeKit, so you effectively get 4 smart switches in a single extension cord. And that's great, because otherwise you need to buy these single smart switch plugs, which have to then go into an extension cord, which then have to have the plug on top, and that makes it extremely tall, and it doesn't fit behind furniture or underneath units. So this removes all of that, in that the HomeKit portion of it is actually built into the extension lead. Each of these plug switches are independently controllable via HomeKit, and the USB 4 sockets are controlled as a single switch. So in HomeKit you can turn all 4 on at once or all 4 off at once. Anyway, I'll unbox this, show you what it looks like, then we'll install it and see how well it works. Okay, right, let's open this box and see what we got inside. So, looks like it's very simple, just literally just the plug socket. So as you can see, it's got the 4 independent plug sockets. There's no physical switch. Actually there is one physical switch, so I imagine that must turn on the whole thing or turn off the whole thing, but there's no independent physical switch for each of the actual plugs or for the USB. These plugs also look very close together. These sockets look very close together. So I wonder what it will be like with some of the bigger plug in there. Whether you can fit 2 big plugs next to each other. We'll have to test that out and see what happens. But yeah, very clean, very simple. Hopefully nice and easy to install. Okay, let me try and install it, and then we can test it out and see what happens. Okay, yeah, I've just found two adapters that are fairly large just to test this out. So this is just a normal extension lead. You know, it's not smart, but this is just to show that these 2 do fit next to each other when they're plugged into a normal plug socket. But if I were to take those out and now try and plug them into the Meross next to each other, then you see they don't actually fit. I don't know if you can see that, okay, but it's impossible, well, or at least you'd have to really force it to get these 2 to fit next to each other. Now you can split them apart, and then hopefully a plug would fit between the 2. I guess let's test that out. Okay, so maybe not. Unless maybe you put this one in first, and then put that one in. Yeah, okay, so if you put them in the right order, then they all fit next to each other. But you wouldn't be able to get this middle plug out without first taking these other 2 out. So it's not the end of the world. Just something that's worth bearing in mind is that if you are wanting to use this to switch on and off lights or anything that has got a fairly large adapter, that you might not be able to fit multiple next to each other. Now this one in particular is very large, so most adapters are a bit smaller, and I suspect that these smaller ones would be okay. So maybe it's just maybe it's a very small number that would actually be impacted by this, but worth knowing about before you buy it. Okay, right, now let's go and set it up and get it working. So I decided to add this from within the Meross app, but I believe you can also add it directly from within HomeKit, from within the Home app. I think the advantage of adding it within the Meross app is that will also enable you to receive firmware updates if there are any available. Maybe you can do that directly via the Home app. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please do leave a comment below. But anyway, adding it within the Meross app was very straightforward. Just go through the options and add it, and then once that's done, it then gives you the option to add it directly into the HomeKit Home app as well, which is great. Yeah, it allows you to select the room that you should add it to, and then it's all done. So the whole process was very straightforward, very easy to use. And then, of course, you can control the surge protector from both within the Meross app as well as within Apple HomeKit. Okay, so that's the plug socket set up. So I'll put an image of my phone on the left hand side, and as you can see, I've got this outlet 1, 2, 3, and 4, and USB. I've separated the tiles just so that it's easier to use them, and you can turn on each individually. Hopefully, you can see the green light coming on and off on the plug socket itself as I turn them on and off, which is great. Very responsive, which is also excellent. And then this switch here, if I click on that, it turns on everything or turns off everything. So very straightforward, works very well. The setup process was extremely easy, and yeah, it's a nice way of getting 4 smart plugs in one without having to have 4 individual adapters. So yeah, that's this quick review. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Excellent. See you in the next one.